Hi guys, welcome to the channel. New subscribers, welcome. And new members to the members area. I'm Simon. This, I think, is episode 4. Love Me Far, Far Away. We left it at AJ and Joy had just gone off to bed. First night in the hotel in Phuket. And AJ had to acquire a second room for Joy because she didn't know each other. Next morning, down, breakfast. Decide they're going to have breakfast and then go for a swim. So they have the breakfast, back to their rooms, and they enter the pool through their patio areas for the separate rooms and meet in the pool. Joy is wearing a 2-piece bikini. She is stunning. And after a swim about, they go up to AJ's patio, get in this jacuzzi. This is the first time he sees Joy in a swimsuit, and he is in love. She has a stunning body, no tattoos. Absolute, she's just stunning. And he's really besotted. They have a great time, chatting away again. There's a phone there on the side. They pick the phone up, order some refreshments, and room service bring them from the pool bar. The waiter comes along with a tray with drinks on through the water, walking through the pool. How cool is that? I didn't believe him when he told me this. Yep, the waiter came wandering across the pool. Fantastic. Well, it's just like a Bond movie, isn't it? After a few drinks, it happens. They retire to AJ's bedroom. Aerobics ensue. And it goes really well. Let's jump a little bit further forward. At this point, Joy says we don't need 2 rooms. Moves her stuff in, cancels the room. They're now in 1 room. They go out for romantic dinner. Again, then a night of aerobics. Next few days, similar. Just getting to know each other and enjoying life. Joy hasn't asked AJ for any money at all, but she hasn't needed to because everything's been in the hotel or restaurants and he's paid. He is besotted with her and can't believe he hasn't had a girlfriend for years, and here he is with this most amazing, stunning Thai beauty that he's met on an app. As the days go by, he starts asking her about her previous life, her working life and what it's been like, and he knows the industry she's been in. And she's actually seems to be quite honest with him about a lot of stuff. Tells him that, she really was forced into it and it's been a hard life and half her money's had to go to the family, the other half just to live on. That she hasn't got a future plan. She hasn't got much finances for a future plan. And was sort of beginning to give up on that type of work and considering going into a normal job. And that is the perfect answer for his save the Thai woman, change her life, save her, rescue her from a poor future. It just clicks that way in his head. And within 10 days of his 30-day break, they're getting on brilliant. He starts taking her out, buying her nice clothes. He even buys her, from what his friend was said about, get her a little bit of gold and, give her some money for spending. So he does. He buys her some gold. He gives her 30,000 baht to put in her pocket. She doesn't ask for anything. Buys her nice clothes. And he starts wining and dining her like a new girlfriend, potential fiance. And for the rest of the month, they had like 2 lovebirds. They've hit it off. He's spending money on her, he's happy, and he's saying to her towards the last few days, do you feel like we've hit it off? Do you think you would like to maybe come and visit my country? What a question. Her immediate answer is, I'd like to see Florida, I'd like to see Alaska, but I don't know how that would be possible. And he says, I don't know the situation, he said, but luckily I have a friend back home who has a Thai wife, and he knows the procedures to go through getting you whatever you need to be able to come across for holiday. This really perks her up. This guy potentially could get her the visa she needs to go and travel for the first time out of Thailand. He says to her, would you like that? And she, yes. He said, it can take quite a few months to do. You don't want to go home to your family, you've said. You don't like them. She doesn't want to go home. He said, you hinted that you'd like to start a normal life. And she said yes. Now, he hasn't got huge amounts of money, but he's got enough money. And he speaks to his friend on the phone, chatting to him quite a bit. And his friend suggested that he did some deal with Joy where, and his friend said, a lot of the girls take the money and won't leave the bar industry. You pay them to leave and go home or get a normal job, and they won't do it. They'll just go back and take the extra money. He said, I've got some ideas about how you can make this work while you're getting the visa. And he's saying it's going to take probably, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months to get a tourist visa sorted. Sometimes it's quicker. So his friend suggests to him that, and this is what he says to Joy, if you get yourself a retail job or in a restaurant, full-time, and you get your wage slip, which shows the hours you work, and he explains, we don't know each other yet, and I've heard some nightmare stories. And he's honest. Told her what his friend has said, and he's been totally honest. He said, look, if you prove to me you get a job and you're working full-time and you email me your wage slips with your name and everything's showing it's real, whatever money you earn, I will match it, so you've got double the salary, and I will pay for your room while we're doing the visa process. He said, I won't come back. What we'll do is I'll get the visa sorted if I can, and then I'll just fly you over. So it might, and he told her 2 months, 4 months, 6 months. She has to think about this, and in her mind she's like, this guy is honest, he's offering me money. If I do what he wants for a few months, it's taking my life, changing it from what I normally do, where I could earn a lot of money, but long term this could be really good for me. Now Thai girls, a lot of them don't normally think long term, but she's thinking 2 or 3 months. If the visa comes through, then it's all real. And she thinks, I could easily 2, 3, 6 months, get a normal job, have a break, even here in Phuket, and maybe I can earn extra cash on the side after work. That's what she's thinking. She's beautiful, remember. So she agrees. She says, yes, okay, let's do this. I'll actually stay here in Phuket, find a room, and I'll find a job here. And he says, let's do it. They got a couple of days left. He said, let's go and try and find a room together. And they wander around. She speaks to quite a few girls, and she goes to some of the bars and speaks to the girls. He's not into the bars at all. He doesn't like it. And they find several choices. They're going to have a look at a couple. And you can get cheap rooms there. The girls, they share rooms. outside of Phuket, maybe down by the harbour or further away from the main areas. Sort of 4,000 or 5,000 baht, maybe less. But she finds one that's about 8,000 baht with all the bills included. And he said, that's fine. He said, it's only for a few months. She said, I will have to go back to Pattaya to get all my stuff and move out of that room. She said, it's a bit too much to, I've got a bit more belongings that I can carry on a plane. And he says, well, I'll give you money, you work out how to do it and you just do it. And we'll pay for this room in advance for a few months. I'll get everything set up. Then all you got to concentrate on is get your stuff moved and get a job. And she's like, okay, we can do this. And they're getting on great. Everything is just like, it's almost like Cinderella story. It's just, it's like a real nice love story. It is so far, isn't it? It's a lovely story. So for the last few days, they spend time together, have a great time. Then it's time to go. She's got a return flight back up to Bangkok. And then she'll taxi down to Pattaya and probably maybe even get a taxi with all the stuff all the way down to Phuket, or she'll figure it out somehow. A couple of trips. End of the trip comes, they say goodbye. She's going to the domestic flights up to Bangkok, he's flying back straight home. They check out the hotel, head off to the airport. She's got choice of flights, so it's all sorted easy. Say goodbye. Come. She goes that way, he goes that way. He goes back home to Alaska. He's on his 4-month break, so he's had a month, he's got 3 months break left. His friend he works with a Thai wife, lives elsewhere, further away from Alaska. But he gets on the phone to him and starts chatting away. As soon as he gets back, how can I start the process? And his friend said, well, come up and stay with us for a while, see if we can work all this out together. So rather than shooting off down to Florida house, he goes up to his friends and spends a few days with him and starts going through all the process of visa. He's communicating with Joy every day, and he's starting to get Joy organised with paperwork. She hasn't got a passport, so first thing, again, he's sending money to her through his friend's wife, sets her off on the task to get a Thai passport, and then things like she has got a bank account with a bit of money in, and all the relevant documentation. Over the next few days they start the lists of what she needs. He then heads off down to Florida, and it takes about a month for her to get everything she needs, and he thinks that everything he needs. He makes the trip to the I'm not sure if he went to the American embassy, the Thailand embassy in America, or Alaska, because he's going to need, I think he ended up having to get 2 different visas. I can't remember, I'm going to have to scour my brain on that. He must have had to get 2 different visas. But he was in Florida, so he went to the Thai embassy in Florida to start the process. And he's still got about 6 weeks left before he goes back up to Alaska to work. The way it will probably turn out is if the visas are accepted and come through, she would actually first go to Alaska. How long the visa lasts and all that, he wasn't sure. But she would potentially start his season or halfway through his season, end up in Alaska when he's working flat out in a mine. That's not really a good impression. First time out of Thailand, go to a gold mine in the middle of Alaska, full of mud. With a picture of that. But that's the way it will probably happen. And then, if he times it right, they would then travel down to Florida to his house and spend some nice downtime in the sunny Florida. Process of visas starts. She's landed herself a job in a retail in one of the malls, just working in a clothes shop, and she's furnishing him with her wage slips. He's sending her money, cover everything and double her salary. So he's keeping his end and doing everything he can, and she can see that. He's also sending her copies of everything, their applications and all the rest of it. So she's over the moon, and she's not really bothering in the evenings with anyone else at this moment in time. She's staying faithful to him, which is really nice. They talk a lot and they're getting on great. This is turning out to be a really nice love story. I'll see you next time. Take care. Have a good day. Bye for now.